and a very good evening. I will initially share some of my experiences. I'll also tell you about Dhaka Stock Exchange and Capital Market. And then I'll share with you about some important tips to improve your investment. So, very briefly, to introduce Dhaka Stock Exchange, it was established in 1954 and formal trade was started in 1956. So, in 1956, it was a baby exchange and we used to trade depending on Karachi Stock Exchange. So, as time passes, this exchange has grown to 5 lakh crore of capitalization today. What is stock exchange? By the way, many of you may not know it. So, if I say like this, the stock exchange is a place, Dhaka Stock Exchange is a platform whereby people can come, they can sell their shares, they can buy shares of different companies. Companies are generally listed in the platform of Dhaka Stock Exchange and investors come and invest in Dhaka Stock Exchange. So now, generally, the stock exchange and the brokers, they work with the investors, small savers who cannot put an industry or a factory. So what they do is, they buy shares and have a owner in the company with a small savings. So that is basic thing we do in Dhaka Stock Exchange. Now, in a span of 70 odd years, Dhaka Stock Exchange previously was mutualized stock exchange, which means that we were the owner of stock exchange. And then demutualized exchange took place in 2013, where the management and the owners were separated. We were shareholders of Dhaka, we are still shareholders of Dhaka Stock Exchange. So now, what is the difference between mutualized and demutualized exchange? In the world, if you see, many of the exchanges are demutualized. Even in London Stock Exchange, there was huge amount of profits they could not take. The brokers could not take those profits. So, they thought that let's demutualize the exchange, let's take shares of the amount we have accumulated, and then it was demutualized. Dhaka Stock Exchange is a frontier market. If I give example of frontier markets, it is like Dhaka Stock Exchange is a frontier market, Sri Lankan Stock Exchange is a frontier market, Bombay Stock Exchange, Karachi Stock Exchange, they are emerging markets. Like New York Stock Exchange, Singapore or Hong Kong is a developed stock exchange. So now, let me tell you some of the challenges I met in this stock exchange while demutualizing. I have two challenges, many challenges, but basically today I'll share two challenges I met while demutualizing this exchange and 2010 debacle in the capital market. So let's start with 2010 debacle of Dhaka Stock Exchange. In 2010, market shoot down absolutely and a crash happened. So there was a inquiry committee constituted by the government and the report came out in 2 months, 60 days. Many of the people high net worth individuals, the brokers, and many big industrialists were implicated. The challenge was that after the report came out, everything came on the shoulders of the brokers. That they are the culprits, that they are the manipulators. Some big industrial owners, they are the manipulators. The whole nation was on one side. So then, what happened? I got the report around after 5-6 days. It was handed over to the finance minister. So I went through the report, and in the report, there was nothing to implicate these people. Like for the example, the report was written, no legal cover-up. So then after 15, and what happened, you see, the head of that committee every day coming in the media talking about people that this man is like this man is good, he is bad, he did this, and it was for 15 days. And the whole nation was after him. So, first time I confronted that gentleman, and I went to the media, and I said, see, this report is a class 10 student's essay, nothing more than that. And the government was embarrassed, absolutely, because this was the second debacle under this government. So, and I said that, you see, this gentleman, he has implicated so many people, but which law has he broken? He is not saying that. He is saying that the rule is okay, they are very much within the rule, but it is unethical. Now see, unethical and ethical, it is something to you, something it may be unethical, to me it is ethical. So this debate was on, and I said that this gentleman, the head of the inquiry committee, should have said that Lali has done this, and as a result, this is the loss investors made. Under this law, he has done a crime. So the government could have gone against Lali or anybody to get a criminal case against that gentleman. But nothing like that. So it went on. I was opposing him, and the nation was divided. The biggest challenge was, and this is the lesson. Lesson is that you should stand with the truth, and you should stand very loud and clear, no matter what. You should take a stand. So I took a stand. And it was a great challenge. The moment I came down from the studios, I started receiving so many calls from agencies. They were congratulating me because the government was very embarrassed with this. So I said, okay, thank you very much. They said, the DG has asked me to keep this in the archive, so you have done a great job. And then, lot of channels, they were requesting me to do this program. I said, let's see. In the morning, next morning, it was Friday, and I was little late because, Fridays are generally lazy. So there were in the morning lot of media people with camera and other journalists. They were at my home. So I said, okay, let them in. And then I gave them interviews and all everything. And finally, the head of the government, he requested to somebody to ask me to, in bullet points, write a paper about the advantages and disadvantages of that report. So this is the way it went through, and no criminal case was there. Everything was fine. Normalized situation came in the market, and the market started moving normally. So this was the first challenge that I confronted. I didn't know by then that what will be the reaction of the government, but still I confronted because I saw this is the right thing I'm talking, so I took a stand. So the lesson is always take a stand with truth and take a stand with confidence. That is very important. This was number one. And number two was demutualization. Demutualization, as you know, we are very poor in negotiation. So there was a grant of $350 million Capital Market Development Fund from ADB. So we had a lot of meetings, and their point was to have the exchange demutualized. So we had long meetings with ministers and secretaries and ADB. So I remember our last meeting almost with ADB, the gentleman came from Philippines, and we were having meeting with secretaries and the central bankers and a lot of regulators. So while he was talking, he mentioned some very derogatory language about the brokers. So I stood and I said, I don't remember the name of that man, but I said, you Mr. X, you either withdraw your words or I withdraw from this meeting. So the secretaries, finance secretary, internal resources secretary, they all were trying to, cool me down. But I said, no, nothing doing. The word he has said, he should withdraw it, or I withdraw from the meeting. So finally he withdrew, I sat, and the meeting went on. $170 million came, and it was a fantastic job. Government was very happy, and I got a recognition. And the recognition was that in a meeting with the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister, a huge gathering. So I was sitting on the fourth row, and the minister maybe saw me. He went to the dais for his speech, and the minister said, I saw Lali, he's here, can you please stand up? I didn't know what he's going to say. But I stood, and he said, that was the recognition I got, the huge work of this demutualization. I'm just briefly telling you. And he said, demutualization would not have happened if Lali was not there. So thank you, Lali, that was a great recognition. Anyway, so these are the two challenges among many challenges. I would now come to some important tips to improve your inner strength from my experience, what I have gathered. Number one, must speak loud and clear. Don't say, no, sorry. You should, even if you are talking something which you have forgotten and maybe some data you are giving may be wrong, but still carry on. So this is very important in your life. You should always be very loud and very clear whatever you are saying. Number two, never look confused. Never. Be confident. Absolutely. You don't know the confidence you have. Bring out that confidence. You have lot of confidence in yourself, which we don't get inside. We can't see that confidence. We always in a fear that, oh, tomorrow morning I have got this job, and this is a very difficult job. I don't know how to do it. Never think like that. Once you get into that job, you will see it's so easy. It's so easy. You can't imagine. So, never look confused. Always be confident. Then while talking, don't look at the sky. You must contact eye to eye. That shows your energy. That shows your confidence level. So eye to eye discussion is very good and important. You should be full of energy. I remember Sushmita Patel of India, BJP spokesperson. She was foreign minister later, and she died. So once interviewer asked her that even you are in such a mess, your party is in such a mess, but still while you are in a press conference, what makes you so energetic? So she said, you see, if I am not energetic, despite of the fact that the BJP has lost the election or whatever, if I am not energetic, my all workers will be demoralized. So you have to be very energetic while in any discussion. Your negotiation skills will develop. If you are confident, your negotiation, as I said earlier, that Bangladesh, we are very poor in negotiating. So that is very important, your energy level. Body chemistry. These days, when two presidents meet or two prime ministers meet of different countries, in the media you will see lot of discussions. How was the body chemistry of two leaders? You see, and hours of discussions are there in the media on body chemistry of two presidents or two prime ministers. So this is very important. You have to show your body chemistry in right way, energetic and confident. Now remember, boys and girls, life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. You create your life. So be thoughtful, be energetic and confident. Bring your confidence out of your inner strength. This is very important. See, no failure is a failure. It's lesson. You have lot of failures in your life, but don't take it as failure. It is lesson. In your futuristic life, these lessons matters. And from these lessons you learn, your future decision, action will take a good way. Now I will say, I don't know if many of you know Maulana Rumi is a great thinker and philosopher and a poet who says, why do you crawl on the ground when God has given you the finest wings to soar in the sky? Meaning, trust yourself. You have wings. Dream big. Don't dream small. Dream big. If you dream big, you can achieve. Why do you or why do we think in our life that I'll pass, I'll graduate, or I will do my master's and get a good job in multinational? Why? You create a multinational. You have ability. So, dream big. You can give employment. If you create an industry or a factory, people will come to you for employment. Generate employment. But initially, we think that, oh no, I am getting $5,000 per month. It's good. Why going into hassle? It's not hassle. It's your confidence, because you have very little confidence in you, and so you cannot create a industrial ability. You have it, but you are not going on that way. So it is very important, and your inner strength should come out. Your confidence, your energy level should be absolutely skyrocketing. So this is very important. So I just wanted to, I think 15 minutes has gone, Shannon, okay. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for giving me this stage to talk a bit with you. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again.